wonderful performance.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
Thank
You and Jack had a really great chemistry. I mean, how did you get about to that?
Well, we were great friends. We got on very well together. When we arrived, we had the same ideals, but he's a very fine actor in the sense that we realized we needed some friction. You know, there's no chemistry unless he's playing something to mirror something for me and vice versa. So it's nice to share his lead, you know, he made me feel like we were both leads of the film, and it's not true, but that's how gracious he is as an actor, and he was very much, well, in the party, I'll kind of be the drunk, sort of, hey, forget it, and that helped me then be more, so him and Pilu and Morgan, of course, but everybody is helping one another, you get chemistry, and it's more exciting to watch. But I got on with Jack incredibly, and we learned to do the chariots from scratch together.
Yeah. Talking about that, I mean, that was amazing and incredible.
Thank
I mean, you guys were riding the horses on the beginning scenes also, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the horses and that whole training you had to do. And
well, so the race at the beginning, which is on horseback, is both of us can ride horses. We've been lucky enough, Jack's been lucky enough to have them in his life. I've been lucky enough to learn them through my job. And so that horse race was for real. You know, we took them, we were doing around 38 miles an hour because we had a car following us, shooting the whole thing. So they were like, oh, we're clocking about 38 miles an hour. So it was a full race. My horse was faster, which was just unfortunate. There's no two ways around it. But on the chariots, yeah, we had to learn from the beginning. And really what you're learning is how individual these characters are and how they get fit in. We had a Hungarian champion, we had Italian, Spanish, English champions, stuntmen, masters of their craft, teaching us how to do this from the beginning. So yeah, it was a month we did before we even started filming, and then for the first 3 months we would practice every day, practice every Sunday on our day off. And then we would go back and forth from main and second unit for 3 months. That took 3 months to shoot in total.
wow. Were you scared?
Yeah, I was scared. Weirdly, I was scared at the beginning of each of the... So we learned with one horse and I was scared. We moved to 2 horses and I was scared, but then I got used to it. We moved to 4 horses and I was scared, but then weirdly you get used to it. You get used to it and you get little breaks because you're playing the rage and the thing all the way through. There were moments where a camera was on my chariot and it was shooting Jack, being remote controlled by the camera crew, following us with the car. And I just got to ride like this and deliver my lines. You know, I got to enjoy the thing, and vice versa, same for Jack. So there's times that I'll never forget, just beautiful moments.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something I'll never get to do again, I'm sure.
No, probably not. The theme of the movie itself is like about, you know, forgiving, moving on, letting go. Did you ever come across that in your own life also, and what are you taking away from this?
I did come across that, yeah. I was lucky enough to find forgiveness for someone I felt had done me wrong. And that's what I got to add to this role, which was understanding that it was their behavior. Their behavior was terrible. They're not necessarily a terrible person. But for me as a young man, I was like, that person's an animal, they did this to me. But really I found that it was their behavior. And once you start to understand its behavior, you become aware of your own behavior. And then you become aware that, oh, it's just a mistake and people can make terrible, terrible mistakes. So it's important to forgive, otherwise you carry it on. If you can't comprehend something, you'll end up doing it to someone else. Because your brain's so bright, it's like, okay, well, I can't show you, so let's just do it, and then you'll understand why that person did it, because they're a human.
Are you religious in any way, or do you believe in anything?
My mother brought me up Catholic. I was an altar boy, which meant I got to ring the bell. You know, the ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. But I was always told, they were like, you ring the bell too long. I'm like, no, it's for God, I can't. You gotta ring it for 20 minutes.
Do you believe now still?
I believe, here's my issue. If God's omnipresent, why do I have to go to his house? He's not my grandma. My grandma has a house. I gotta go to her house to see her. She's in her house. She's not omnipresent, so I can't see her in the bathroom. I can't see her in the garden. I talk to God when he's around, you know.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Thanks.